Welcome to another episode here of the Tejano Time Podcast. Good evening, everyone out there. Thank you so much for tuning in here to the show. I'm your host, Keith Leal, and I would like to welcome Mr. Antonio V, should I say, back to the show as well, my co-host. And we have a great guest for you guys tonight as well. We're talking about rising Tejano star, okay? Meche Trejo, correct?
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Hi. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're definitely happy to have you. I know you have a story that you want to talk about and whatnot. You have a debut single that was released back. What is it, August 4th, maybe, or was that the video?
It was the fourth. Yeah, it
No,
was the fourth. It was the song in the video the same day. Yeah.
nice, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, and we're going to talk about it. It's a song that's doing great for you right now. And but we want to get some info from you and tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how long you've been doing the musical thing.
So I'm from Toledo, Ohio. I'm 24 years old. I've been doing music for about 3 years now. I've always sang, but really taking it seriously and putting my own personal music out there. I've been doing it for about 3 years. I originally started out doing R&B and indie music here in the Toledo area,
Mhm.
and now I made a transition over into Tejano.
Tejano, yes, that's you see it from time to time from Tejano artists, transitioning over to an R&B or hip hop or country or whatnot. But to go back and do Tejano, what made you make that decision? Well, I know you have some people in your family as well, some great
Yeah.
people in your family that are musicians.
So, um, I've pretty much been in an entire family of musicians. My grandpa used to do conjunto music back in like the early 70s
Hmm.
up until I don't know, since I was little. And then my dad, the same thing. He's always played, gigged out, done shows, stuff like that. So it's definitely something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. But now it just came upon me, and I was like, you know what, it's time to do it. So
Yeah, and you're talking about your grandfather, also your father. So we're talking about Andres Trejo Sr. and Andres Trejo, which is your father as well. So yes, and
mhm.
they were I guess an impact at the Hana music time as well. Back in the days. How did their legacy influence you growing up and whatnot, and to make this decision now? Again, you were doing R&B. Now you decided to flip the coin. So I mean, did they have any impact on your decision to flip to Tejano?
Of course. You know, when we'd always go over to my grandpa Trejos, and we would go into the basement and we go and listen to their old tapes that they recorded from back in the day, and I can hear my dad singing, and you know, um, and just my dad's always played the accordion in the house. I've always listened to that type of music growing up as well. So I mean, the influence has just always been there through my family, as well as through other artists, and always listening to that type of music growing up. So
Were there any jam sessions or anything like that as you were growing up when your family had the band and all and whatnot?
oh yeah, they used to do. My grandpa, he used to do a lot of festivals
Hmm.
over here in Toledo. So the St. Peter and Paul Festival, they used to play that pretty much every year when I was younger. Um, but yeah, we sometimes they would all get together, like you said, do a jam session, stuff like that for sure. Hmm.
That is awesome. So she is from Toledo, Ohio, guys out there, right? And making her debut here in the Tejano scene as well. So and, she's on I would say, radio podcast tour promoting her brand new single, which is entitled "Sabes que te amo." Okay. The video is out. We also have that for you guys out there as well that we're going to share here on the show, during this hour. So you guys hang tight for that as well. And if you have any questions for her, again, she's fresh. She's new to the Tejano scene. And if you guys have any questions for her, feel free to drop them there in the comments box as well. And we'll get to those during the show as well. Tony,
So,
yeah.
thank you. So, besides, yeah, thank you for joining us tonight too. Besides singing, is there any instruments? Is there any? Do you do anything?
No,
No.
no. I've tried to learn a couple songs on the accordion, and just never worked out. So I just stick to singing.
Yeah.
So
Something about the accordion because you said you grew up with kind of like with conjunto music or.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could see how you could try. I tried it, and I have an accordion that I haven't touched. I bought it, and I'm like you. I'm like, no, this ain't for me, and that's because it was a keyboard accordion. But yeah, I was just
Wow.
wondering. You got a great voice, but I was wondering,
Thank
if
you.
there's any, is there any plans to maybe in the future to maybe try
Um,
an instrument or two?
maybe. My little brother, he's learning how to play the accordion right now. He's
Oh, okay.
16, so he's kind of carrying that legacy on in that sense. So I'll leave it to him when it comes to that.
Yeah, right. So, how did
Yeah.
you decide that now was the right time for you to make your debut in Tejano music?
Um, you know, I feel like as artists, as creatives, sometimes we can kind of get in a kind of rut and feel like, oh, am I making the right decision here? Should I be doing this instead? And I contemplated a lot back and forth about it, and I just finally decided, okay, like I'm really gonna put my chips like 100% behind this.
Yeah.
I have such a great family who also is in my band, who's helping me, do gigs, stuff like that. You know, Having that around me as well has definitely pushed me even more because before I didn't really have. It's hard to get a group of people together to do band
Yeah.
stuff, man. If you're in a
Yeah.
band,
Yeah.
it's hard to get people together, and it kind of just worked out how it was supposed to, honestly.
Awesome.
And because we had tried a couple times in the past, but now, I mean, it's just been great. It makes sense now. God's timing is never too early or too late. So,
Yep.
Yeah, that is very, very true. So, do you feel any pressure to live up to your family's musical reputation?
for sure, yeah, in
Yeah.
a sense, yeah.
The torch has been passed down, so now it's like time to shine. I mean, not that you haven't shined. You've got a lot of great stuff on the R&B side. Don't get me wrong, but to do the Tejano thing, it's a different
It's
thing.
definitely a little bit more intimidating for
Yeah,
sure.
I would imagine that. Yes, for
How did
sure.
your family feel when you said you were going to try to do some, crossover to the Tejano world?
Oh, they were excited. They were 100% excited and 100% supportive. And that's why I'm so grateful to have, my dad and my uncle who are constantly right there with me through the whole process of everything.
Support goes a long ways, especially
Mhm.
when you've got your family and they're part of the vision or part of the, thing that's going on. When you've got them on your side, that to me that would be a great motivation to keep going too.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Of course, there's no doubt about that. So, they're in the Toledo, Ohio area. I know you've got a lot of musical friends as well on the Tejano side, not just on the R&B, but in the Tejano side, también you have a lot of, artists that probably give you some advice or have given you advice or have not yet. And if not, where you at? You know what I mean? So yes, there's a lot of great talent up there in the Midwest area. We're talking from Grupo de Seo. Um, there's quite a few artists out there that's been on the show here in the past as well. So big saludos to all those guys out there as well. And let's talk now about your single that was released back on August 4th. So it's been out there, and I want to remind you guys out there. We'll get to that in a minute as well. We'll show you the cover and whatnot, and you can look her up on all digital platforms because the song is available to stream and download. So once you check out the video, you like the song, add it to your playlist, guys. So we'll get to that here in just a few minutes. But the song "Sabes que te amo." Okay, now that song right there, it is just the beginning for you, of course. Um, Tell me a little bit about the song. I know there's a lot of background on that song right there. You wrote the song with alongside your father, correct?
Mhm. Correct. So, um, well, at least in R&B and indie, a lot of times, like, you can look up. I'm just gonna explain my kind of like writing process here, but starting the song, I we were sitting there, and a lot of times you can look up like your favorite artist, so you could look up a Selena type beat or like a Caliucci's type beat, whatever.
Hmm.
And I couldn't find anything that I really, really liked. So I kind of just came up with a melody. I usually start with hooks a lot of time. I like something that's catchy, that's gonna
Yeah.
people's stuck in people's head. So I wrote the hook, and I usually write a verse, and then I'll come back to it the next day and see if I like it. And I showed my dad. He helped me, you know, fix up the verbiage a little bit, help me finish the second verse. And then we sent the demo over to Miguel Hernandez, who has known my family for a really long time. He played with my Uncle Juan, Juan Trejo, and my dad, Andy Trejo, and Pasión back in the day up here. So we reached out to him, sent him the demo. We asked him like, "Oh, what do you think you could do with this?" And he sent it back, and it sounded great. And so then it was time to shoot a music video. But yeah, it was a really really cool process. Chris is super. I mean, Miguel is super talented, 110% all the way around. So I kind of gave him an idea of what I wanted. I wanted something kind of new age a little bit. I don't know, and it just turned out great.
Yeah, I mean, and the inspiration behind the lyrics. Do you have a story to tell about that as well?
um, Let me think. So when I write, okay, so here's the thing. I can write. I feel like I'm really good at writing from personal experiences, but I can also take inspiration from my people, like my friends and stuff like that. So a lot of times I'll do that. I'll have like a friend going through a situation with her dude, and she'll vent to me about it or whatever. And I could sometimes, draw inspiration from stuff like that. So it wasn't anything super personal to me. I mean, of course, everybody's kind of dealt with that to an extent, I guess, when you want to talk about like maybe a toxic situation relationship wise. I feel like everybody's kind of dealt with that in a sense. But that song, I drew inspiration from one of my friends who was going through something actually. So
Okay, there you go. That's awesome. Well, that just to clear that up, right, and get that out, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it is. I mean, some people are different. You know what I mean? Their creative process is different. Again, you can take from a situation there, or you can just sit down and actually, begin to write. You know what I mean? Just whatever's off. Some people have that talent where they just give them, hey, write me a song about this and that, and some people will just sit down and write it. But those are artists, I guess, that have been in the industry for some time and whatnot. But everybody has their go to. So that's pretty awesome. So let me
So
get some shout outs. Go ahead though first, Tony.
yeah, did you find it challenging? Like you said, that writing music is something that you feel like you have a talent for. So from R&B to Tejano, did you kind of find it like a little bit more of a challenge, or was it just
um
was
I
it
think the process is pretty much the same for me. I I feel like I don't know, like I try not to treat them too differently. Like they're definitely different, but I feel like if I get into the logistics a little bit much, I might like trip over myself. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna treat it the same as I would write any other song.
fair enough? Yep.
That makes sense. Makes sense. But I want to send some shout outs here going out to, let's see, who do we got right here? Mr. Luis Garcia, what's up? Meche and saludos, says there. And this guy, right? Mr. Joe Leal. Well, he's actually from the Chicago area. Saludos y bendiciones, another artist out there in the Chicagoland area. He's got some great music también as well. So saludos, Joe. Thank you for tuning into the show. Vic Martinez, buenas tardes, Keith, Antonio, and Meche. And Gilbert Zamora is also watching right there, another talented artist there in the industry as well. So, yes, thank you, Gilbert. Appreciate you, man. And everyone out there, if you got any questions for her, we're going to play the video here, and we want you guys to actually chime in and let us know what you think about the video as well. So, and we want to send a shout out to everybody also that's watching on Tejano TV. So everybody out there as well, thank you for tuning in this evening right here on Tejano Time Podcast. All right, so Luis Garcia says he's watching from Rio Grande City, Texas. All right, awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. But Anthony as well. Saludos, brother. TextFlowRadio.com out over in Florida. Yes, saludos. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support on the show, man. Wonderful. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the video right now. Yeah, talk about the video. We're going to talk about the background. I mean, you had a great, I wouldn't say, well, production team. You had, forgot the name of it. I just had it on the top of my head. Owl Vision, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Yes.
Hmm.
So did an outstanding job on that. Well, so tell me a little bit about the video. How was that process for you?
So I had been thinking about doing like a, because if you look at my other music videos that I have, I'm kind of like the type of person most of the time with my videos to do like kind of like a story behind the song, obviously. So we contemplated on whether we wanted to do an actual like storyline for the
Hmm.
song, like, get some actors or me,
Yeah.
crying in my bedroom type thing. But we ended up just wanted to do something simple, kind of straightforward. I working with Phil Owl Visions. He's awesome, super super talented guy. We actually went downtown Toledo, and it was like right by the water. It was super super pretty. My little brother's actually in the video. He's playing the accordion. And then my cousin Luis is on the drums, and then I got a couple of his friends, so they're all just actors. And it was
Yeah.
fun. We
Cool.
probably shot the video in about like 2 to 4 hours, maybe. We did like a couple like shots here and there, and then Owl Vision, he did his thing and pieced everything together pretty well. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That is awesome. Well, and this is the finished product for all you out there that are watching and waiting to hear her brand new single. We got the video here for you, Sabes que te amo, and it is available on all digital platforms as well. And check the video out and let us know what you think, guys. Chime in, let us know. Drop a comment there in the box, and we appreciate you guys taking the time to join us here on the Tejano Time podcast. Here we go. We'll be right back.
Sabes que te amo. Qué tristeza que estoy atrapada en este juego. Me está volviendo loca. Siempre lo mismo. No quiero verte con otra.
Awesome, awesome. Good production right there on that video.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. Mr. David Vela from Oakland also says you have a beautiful voice as well. He commented there on the video as
Thank
well.
you so much.
It's awesome. That's amazing. So everybody out there that's tuned in, we hope you liked it as well. And some people are just shy; they just don't want to comment on there because they don't want to get flashed up on the screen. But hey, you know what I mean. That's the definitely drop something there in the box as well. Let her know what you think about the song as well. It's different. You know what I mean. It's got a little bit different blend to it. You know what I mean. With, different sounds and elements there. Working alongside, well, not alongside, should I say, but working with Miguel Hernandez and Raw Elements. When it came down to your single there, what was it like working with him? And again, you guys have known him for each other, the family for he's known your family for years.
Mhm.
But it's what was it like working along with Miguel Hernandez and Raw Elements?
Well, because we were so far away, it was a lot of messaging, emails back and forth, stuff like that. But I definitely just am overall so grateful for his overall expression throughout the song. I feel like he definitely brought a lot to it. Coming up with another chord progression, the lead to the accordion and everything. I mean, just overall great musician. Definitely want to work with him again.
Yeah. Well,
He brought a lot to the song. The
yeah.
dramatic beginning as well as the end, all of that. Like I said, I came to him with like just a demo, sent him an idea, kind of explained to him, I wanted something kind of new age in a sense, as well as, somewhat traditional, I guess. I don't know. But he did an amazing job, and I'm forever, ever grateful for him
Yes,
and his
we're
work.
talking about the main man right there, Mr. Miguel Hernandez. Yeah, man behind the scenes there as well. So yeah, from Raw Elements Music Group, should I say? Yeah. So big shout out to Mr. Miguel Hernandez, and we got to Vic Martinez also, who says great voice and video as well.
Thank you so much.
And your pop says proud of you.
Oh, that's my little brother.
Oh, it's your little brother. Okay,
Yeah,
so
he's
that's
a junior too.
he's a
So there's
junior. Oh, there we go. So yeah,
yeah.
cool. That's right. Awesome.
And you said he was included in the video too, right?
Yes,
On the
he's the one
drums.
who's playing the
Oh, the
accordion.
accordion.
Or you,
Okay.
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
you had other fill-ins también, right?
Yeah.
How did they react when you asked them? Did you ask them, or did you tell everybody y'all are being in this video and that's it?
So my little brother, he goes to a lot of quinces and stuff like that, goes dancing. And I was like, I need some extras. Like, do you have any friends that might be like interested in it?
Mhm.
And the bajo player and the piano player, they were super super cool and were completely down. Kind of just showed up. I never really met them before then, and they were completely down for it. But yeah, it was great.
That's
Yeah, and then you
awesome.
said the video was done in what, maybe 2 to 4
2 to
hours?
4.
Yeah, shots wise, yeah, I think I can't remember. I think we started around like 5 or 6 because I wanted the sun to be there. So
Yeah.
I wanted it to be really pretty on the water and everything. And yeah, we did a couple shots by the water, and then we did some kaleidoscope shots, where it's kind of like going around, it's like doubled. And yeah, we pretty much had everything done within 4 hours. It was
That's
awesome.
pretty awesome because you said there was some guys, some of his friends that you had never met before, and for them to cooperate with you in
Yeah.
such a short amount of time, that's awesome.
Yeah, they've been super super supportive and coming to my gigs and stuff, so it's been great.
Wonderful.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you have great support there with your family as well behind you, 110%, no doubt about that. So the video you guys just saw right there, this is the album cover right here, Sabes que te amo right here, and it is available to stream on all digital platforms. So you guys make sure you guys head out there. Well, not actually head out there. It's all digital now. Okay. So what do you think about the digital world? First of all, I know before when your dad, like you said, was playing in the band back then, they had records and cassette tapes and CDs. Maybe I would say back in the days. Now it's all digital. Well, majority of it, 99.9%. That other 1% is still the hard copies that people still want to make. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
what's your opinion on the way things are right now with the digital world?
Oh man, I think just in general, the music industry has changed just because of that, the digital aspect, the social media thing. So, I have a recording studio as well that I own. And,
Nice.
um, a lot of artists can make music at home too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They have a laptop at their fingertips. Some people record their music on their phones and they can distribute it by themselves. So I definitely think the music industry is very oversaturated in that sense. There's a lot more access to everything that you need to make music and put music out. So it's definitely a little bit harder. And, the word algorithm is a thing now. So it's constant, short videos to get like people's attention within the first 2 seconds or you're out. So it's definitely a completely different space to be working in music now. For sure. It's changed quite a bit. And I
Quite a
bet
bit.
you guys can agree with that as well.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
most definitely. From the radio side, it is tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's different. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say I bite my tongue on it all the time, but it's different. Definitely different. There's no doubt about that. When you're used to just popping in a CD or whatnot and everything. Now again, the digital thing is there's much. It's a lot much easier for us. I would say, but it's a lot more work. We spend a lot more time on the computer than we ever have in the past. You know what I mean? So if you don't know anything about a computer, leave it the hell alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it could be faster, like you said, it is faster, but it is sometimes work, to get them in there and stuff.
Yeah.
But I agree, digital is the way to go. We all know CDs came out and you had to wait for them to come through the mail or wait for them to perform in your area and all that kind of good stuff. But digital is a good thing, but it has its pros and cons.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does. I mean, just because you send it via email and we get it doesn't mean it's actually going to get uploaded that same day. Because again, it's time consuming and it's work. And if you have 30 songs you got to put in, and you got to take a listen to them first and whatnot. But 30 songs to upload is get off the top of your head, Tony. How long is that going to take off the top of your head?
30 songs for me,
Yeah.
forever. Like you said, we have to listen to them, make sure that the sound quality is good, everything matches. So, man, 30 songs for me, I would honestly say it almost takes me a week because I'm not going to sit there behind every song. I'll probably do 3, 4, 5 songs a day and get away from the computer. My eyes can't take it, but give or take, maybe 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. Wow. For 30 songs? Well, I guess you're right. Yeah, because you're not going to do it the whole entire day. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, and then your thing is you have a full-time job, and I'm kind of like, I'm off, the majority of the day, so I do have a little bit more time, but I'm not going to spend my whole time behind the computer. But digital is awesome, but it has its pros and cons.
Yeah, very, very true. So shout out Cam. Is that what you said here?
Oh yeah, he was in the music video. He was on bass. He was on bass in the video.
Okay. And he says here, Mr. Pachuco Barrera says here, we're definitely getting hard copies on the album.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that. So when we have gigs and stuff like that, we can
for sure to have your merch out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. Down here in Texas too, there are a lot of people. If you ever make it down to do a fanfare event or any events down here to do it, they're definitely going to want that. A lot of people like to purchase hard copies down here in Texas. A lot of people love to collect them, or they just want them. Hell, they probably still have a CD player. You know what I mean? Keep shining. David Vela says right here, I support young music artists. You're the future.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Definitely appreciate all the comments, guys. We appreciate you guys watching the show tonight. And that is right. And again, the single is out. It's available on all digital platforms. So again, that was just a beginning for you. Just the beginning, your debut single and video as well. What can fans expect from you next? Are you planning to do an EP, maybe an album, or you just said they're going to get hard copies, so you're planning to put something together, right?
Yeah, I want to do an album for sure. I'm probably going to run with some singles still, just because that's kind of the new wave. Everything's shorter, so shorter videos, so you're just gonna put something quick out. But I definitely want to drop another single within the next couple months for you guys, and then I'll probably work on something long term, album wise, for sure.
Awesome. So be on the lookout for that as well, guys. It's going to be out there again on all digital platforms as well. So more. And when can we expect another single for you to drop? Is there something that you guys have already started talking about, jumping into the studio again?
Yeah. We, like I said, I was very overwhelmed. I've said this before multiple times in interviews. I was very overwhelmed by all the love on the song and just the overall support in the best way. And we definitely plan on getting something out there as soon as possible to y'all. So keep an eye out within the next couple months. I would say 3 months for sure.
Was that your first video, the Tejano video? Did you make videos R&B también, or was this
Yes.
your very first? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I have 2 other music videos out. They're out on YouTube. The first one that I did, I had director Donnie do it with us. He did my first 2 music videos. Super great videographer around here in Toledo, but now he's out in LA actually. He does a lot of different photos for big concerts and stuff like that. Super talented guy. But yeah, he did my first 2 music videos, which is for my first single Time Zones and Like You, which is also out on all streaming platforms, as well as an album called Ventidos. It's kind of a mixture of a lot of different genres, I would say. I don't like to put myself in a box too much when it comes to that. I would say indie R&B. That's what the
Okay.
album is. So.
Yeah. Awesome. Good stuff right there, guys. And from I guess for a new fan who may not be familiar, with Tejano music, or should I say the genre, how would you describe Tejano music, and why is it so important to you?
I would describe Tejano music as just overall culture for, because, my family is originally from Laredo. My grandpa Trejo, he used to play in a group called Conjunto Laredo, or Laredo Conjunto. One of the ways, but,
Yeah.
and they used to come up here and pick in the fields as migrant workers. So when my grandpa continued to stay, the music came with him. He started his own group, Andy Trejo y sus Dinámicos, that started, and it continued to grow to be what it is within me, So I would say part of my life, overall culture to who I am as a person. And I think that's what I'm trying to convey as an artist as well. That is something that's a part of me, a part of my life, part of my lineage and my family. So yeah.
Cool. That's awesome right there. Awesome. So did you feel any pressure, as to, growing up, uh, doing the R&B like that, but any pressure to do the Tejano side? You know what I mean? I don't think you
No,
probably did,
I
because
don't
you
think
already got the musical background, the experience.
No,
So
I
it's
don't think
just,
there was much pressure. It was always something that I I always sang in Spanish, like since I was like little, and like sing Selena, of course. And my dad used to play a lot of costumbre or solido. So
okay.
growing up, I mean, it's always been there. There was never no pressure to switch over. It kind of just happened the way that it happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So any goals that you have set out right now?
Goals. I really, really want to work on an album for sure and have something that, hopefully maybe in the future, Latin Grammy, something like that. Maybe just even a nomination would be cool.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very blessed overall right now, and I'm just trying to enjoy what I have
Yeah.
as a whole and celebrate, the little stuff. Here and doing what I'm doing and loving what I'm doing. So if I continue to, gig out and do shows once a month and make a connection with somebody, I'm completely content with that.
Awesome.
Yeah, you did say earlier that you had your own studio.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just for personal use, or do you have other people that you work with? And
Yeah, so Treviso Pachuco Barrera, who commented in there, he's also co-owner of the studio with me as well as his cousin Dominique Barrera. We own a recording studio in Toledo. It's called Jungle Studios. We record mostly vocal. We opened back in January, so we're still in the beginning stages of getting, because I want to be able to record bands, record my stuff there too as well. But we mostly record rappers, mostly vocal. So a lot of singers. We have a lot of singers that come through. All different genres of music. We have people who do reggaeton. Let's see who else. We do rap, R&B, alternative music as well. So.
Nice. Wow.
Cool.
Just about everything goes right through those doors, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. That is awesome. No, it is. That's awesome. And when you have your own studio, you're gonna get just about everything. Probably nothing country, right?
No, yeah, we
Yeah.
got some country in there
Yeah,
for sure.
there you go. Tony's working on a country album right now, as a matter of fact, as well. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's not. So, what was the first Tejano song you learned to sing, and what artist was it? Do you remember? Do you recall
One
that?
that I can really remember is probably Porque Soy Mujer by Stephanie
By Stephanie.
Montal or Baila Conmigo for sure.
Okay.
Stephanie's the ultimate thing that my dad used to play all the time when it came to at least female Tejano artists.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Cool. I
So-
would have never thought that.
Yeah.
ahead.
Speaking on that, is there anybody that you would love to calibrate with?
Oh, of course. Well, her, of course. And I would say Destiny Navaira. I love her. I love her style. Such an amazing voice. Just very, very strong voice. And I've always loved her music. And I actually got to meet her when she came to Cantame, which was up here in, I think it was in Mommy, which is maybe 20 minutes from Toledo. But I got to meet her, and she was super, super sweet and super down to earth girl, super talented. So she would definitely be one that I would love to collaborate maybe with.
Oh, some
Cool.
good names right there. Some great names, as a matter of fact. Right there. Very talented artists. So that's pretty cool right there. Norma Salazar says hello as well. She's from up there in the Midwest as well.
Hello.
George Salazar, I believe, his wife, huh? Norma. Saludos, Norma. Thank you so much for tuning in. And full pedal to the metal, nonstop work. There you go. Said he recorded a dude, and I guess he said he got him signed. Might have been the country guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's been a couple of artists that we've had at the studio that are pretty big. I would say we had, I don't know if you guys know who this is, 42 Doug. He's a big rapper over here.
Oh, really?
We've also had J. Michael Phillips, who's signed to Slum American with Yellow Wolf. We've came through with a lot of pretty big artists through our studio, so it's been super exciting. We've been very, very blessed to do what we do and just work
Yeah.
with
That would,
amazing artists.
I'm guessing that would be the goal, to have your own studio and to have somebody like, oh wow, look, they, get them signed up, and that would definitely be a motivator to keep going too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of different artists that come through that'll reach out to the page. Hey, we want to record with you guys. Whatever. It's been a great journey. Definitely something we've all been wanting to do for a long time. Our group of people, and we all make music together. We're also artists, so we understand what artists want in a studio. Cover art on the wall, constant inspiration from other artists, art, very vintage look vibe. That's what we try to give artists a space to really create and be themselves.
Yeah. Yep. If you guys are watching right now, don't forget to stream the song, guys. All right. It's available on all digital platforms once again. The song Sabes que te amo. Okay. The video which you just watched earlier, guys, if you're still joining us here on the show here. So tell me a little bit about besides music. Is there any hobbies or anything like that you do on the side that You haven't really told anyone yet. I mean, I'm sure your people around there in the Toledo area know, but all these interviews you've been having or whatnot, do you have any other talents or hidden talents on the side that you want to talk about?
I love dancing. I help a lot of my family come up with like their quince dances and stuff like that.
Oh,
That's
really?
the
Okay.
first thing that comes to mind. I love doing stuff like that. Just being overall creative in general. I like painting. I like drawing. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head other than music.
Yeah. Well, when music is in your blood, it's pretty much what it is. You go to sleep with music, you wake up with music, music all day. Yeah. Awesome, awesome stuff right there. So, guys, again, if you have any last minute questions, you want to get them in, feel free to drop them in the box for you as well. Tony, you have any information or any other stuff that you want to add before we close things out here shortly?
No, I mean, is there anything, we have, quite a bit of viewers. Is there any advice that you could give some of these new and upcoming male or female artists? Something that you've gone through that you would try to help somebody out, with some advice about that or anything?
Yeah, I would, if I could tell myself anything, 2 years back, I would say don't get too caught up in the logistics of it. If you're sitting there and you're constantly overthinking everything that you're doing, it's probably not going to end up great. Let the creativity, flow through you. I've gone through, writer's block, and I would push myself and try and write something, and it would be terrible. It would not
Yeah.
be. So giving yourself time. I always say go back to the basics. Go back to the things that inspire you, whether it be a movie. I love music movies. I love Walk the Line. I'll watch that. I'll watch documentaries about other artists. The small stuff that like makes you feel good and makes you feel like yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So always being inspired by things that make you you.
Right.
And let the creativity flow naturally. Don't push yourself to where, it's just not it.
Yeah. No,
Right.
totally agree with that right now. So I have a this or that round for you, Meche.
Okay.
Okay. Real quick, like salsa or guacamole?
Guacamole.
Acoustic guitar or accordion? I think we know the answer to
Accordion.
that. Studio recording or live performance?
Studio recording.
Tacos or tamales?
Tacos.
Classic Tejano or modern Tejano?
Classic.
Classic. Nice. Singing or songwriting?
Songwriting.
All right. So, vinyl record or streaming service?
Vinyl. Vinyl all
Okay.
day.
So little things that you didn't know, you know now about Meche, guys. All right. So yeah, cool, awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show tonight, Meche. We appreciate you taking the time, and we can't wish you more than luck for the future, what it holds for you as a new rising star in the Tejano industry. Again, it's a tough industry to be in. But you definitely have a great voice. I know it's going to take you places as well. Don't give up. Keep trying your hardest and keep doing your thing. I mean, go in there and put your music down. You already know. You already got the voice. The R&B side is there. If anything, you have the best of both worlds anytime you go out there and perform. You know what I mean? You can, you're going to give them a lot more than what they paid for to get in to see a show for you as well. So that's pretty awesome. Hopefully you can make it to Texas sometime in the future as well. También, that would be a great thing to catch a show down here, whether it be, Houston, San Antonio, or any around the area. But once you get that music, you already have a single out. Okay, so once that music starts flowing, you get another one. I'm sure you'll be making a trip down here to Texas pretty soon.
For sure.
A lot sooner than you think.
And thank you for having me on. I really appreciate your time as well. It's been fun. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you for joining us too. And it sounds like you have a great support system, and man, you guys keep working strong together. And I'll be looking forward, or me and Keith and everybody will be looking forward to a lot more of your music too. So
Thank you so much.
For sure. There's no doubt about that. A big shout out before we close things out. Vanessa Salinas Sanchez, also saludos from Milwaukee, is watching home of the Mexican Fiesta. She's on there. And also Juan Trejo también. Meche is in the house watching on our YouTube channel. So, yes, we appreciate you guys again for tuning into the show. Everybody who is watching on Tejano TV as well, saludos. Thank you so much. And next week, join us. We'll have the 181 boys, Joe Solis, here on Monday night at 8 p.m. right here on Tejano time as well. So again, good luck to you in the future. We hope to have you on the show again soon with more new music. And, again, keep working at it for that EP or that album that you're going to put out as whatnot. So we're always here and the door's always open. We welcome you guys back, or you and your team, with the open arms anytime you want to be back on the show as well, Meche.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.